So, nice to meet you, Archit.
Thank you, Lady Nicole.
Please.
Welcome to India.
Thank you very much. Please introduce yourself. Who are you?
Why?
Who are you? Yeah, I know who are you, but please.
I think I'm part of that journey right now on working through the community. I want to be the ray of hope for our industry, which is the bartender community. Someone to look forward, someone who can help them grow in their life. So I'm that light.
Why did you decide to make this stuff? I mean,
I think it's a calling. You know, so I got into spirituality 3 years back, and when I used to do meditation and cleansing and whatever, the spiritual activity, I think it just came to me that I need to have a purpose in life, right? So the best purpose is what you worked for 10 years in your life, because to specialize any industry you need to spend 10 years, which I have already spent. So it's very tough to create another industry to do a purposeful life. So I thought this industry, especially in India, doesn't have that leadership which it requires. So I thought there's a big gap which I wanted to fill. Because of my background, I'm not a bartender, which gives me that advantage of not being stuck in the daily routine. Think about the larger things, because if I'm working 10 hours behind the bar, where's the energy to do anything in life? So I feel I had few things which was a compelling, purposeful driven thing to kind of help the industry. Not working in the industry, being a businessman, being a business management graduate, understanding the organization structure. Most of the bartenders in our industry doesn't understand business. They don't understand organizational structures. They don't understand creating an event like this. So there's nobody in our industry who could actually do this.
It's true.
Yeah.
Which were the big difficulties that you had? Difficulties?
Every day. Tell me a day there was no difficulty. Not a single day.
Don't joke.
No, but I'd love to talk about a lot of difficulties in our industry, which is not able to create what it could become. Like as I was talking to Andy from IBA over lunch, we could have that. I was like, it's a one-man association. Have you heard of an association with one man?
It's not.
Yeah. So I think that unity and that collective a collective effort is not there in India, whereas I see other association, there's a team working, there's a family working together to achieve a larger output. But in India, I feel that is not there. That's the most difficult part, to get a collective energy together to create a larger than life impact. So I think that is something which is a very difficult phase in my life and in the journey of what I'm trying to do.
I understand. In fact, somebody in Italy told me that there was in India another one cocktail week.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I would know something about, because
Yeah, of course. So when I started the industry in 2015, I studied for 1 year, hired a consultant, understood cocktail week, and for me, being an investment banker, I saw that there was a huge gap in the lifestyle changes. As people grow rich, they choose better lifestyle, which includes better cocktails, better drinking patterns. So I created that story for myself when I left the investment banking and entered. And I studied, I trademarked cocktail week. You will see TM here, is because I did that. I created 4-5 different editions of cocktail week. There was a guy who was a venue partner for one of my cocktail week, like they are my venue partner, and I ran off, and I ran because I was ahead of my time. What I feel, when I started in 2015, people didn't understand this, what I was doing. It was Greek to them, to the liquor sponsors, to consumers. So I ran out of money. I ran out of energy and money. So in 2018, I took a break. And then the venue partner who created then in the IP.
Okay.
In 2019 he did. I did in 2015. The guy who did it had a huge network. He runs corners with all the liquor companies and everything. So he created a techno festival kind of thing, naming it Cocktail Week, getting all the liquor sponsors money because he knew all the owners. And there's something called CSR activities where you get the round tripping money out of the liquor money. So he created that. So 1 year I did not disturb him because I felt he's investing in my baby.
Okay, so
You understand my game?
Yes, of course.
I stopped him, but I then thought, why should I stop him? If he can do better, he's working on my baby, right? Which I can't do, he's doing for me. And the larger purpose is to create that ecosystem, which he helped me create that. So we are in a legal yeah. So I have done a sue. We are running in courts to stop him to do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we have a court hearing on 27th with that other IP, and I said you can't do it now. Now it's done.
Okay.
So he has to stop it. So either you pay me damages or you stop it. So the rightful owner is me from 2015, and he just copied. And he grew bigger because he had more money and larger liquor brands sitting with the sponsors. And he's creating a cocktail techno festival out of it. It's a 2-day celebration in a large venue with techno artists, underage drinking. So now I felt that with IBG I need to stop him because it is creating a wrong impression for people like you. Right? This is where you should be, not in that techno festival. So now I'm trying to fight it more aggressively because I think he's taking the IP in the wrong direction.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, it's curious for me. One fact. It's not so easy take a beer. Well, it's just one day that I'm in India. It's not so easy take a beer. I mean, if you go outside in the street food, you don't have beer. In Italy, we have beer in kind of corner.
Yeah.
And my question is, when people is not used to beer, to drink beer, for example, how can you make the cocktail part of the
In India?
the culture?
So I think India is one of the largest selling whiskey nation in the world.
It's true.
Yeah, so I think our culture comes from a long history of drinking whiskey. So our Indian community is more of a whiskey driven industry rather than a beer drinking.
Okay.
Because in our historically we were ruled by British. We were a British colony before the independence. A lot of slavery was there. So our labor, after a long day at work, picking up stuff and all, used to go to a nearest liquor store, buy a quarter of a whiskey, gulps it down, and then goes to sleep.
Okay, this is the...
So it's ingrained in our system that after a long day at office, you need to have a whiskey.
So this is, I didn't know.
The history, yeah, there's a long history that why people are drinking whiskey like crazy. So there's a fact that the number of black labels sold in India is more than the black label produced in the world. Do you know that fact? If you Google it. Can you imagine it? In India?
In India, yes.
So it's a fake, whatever it is. But that's a fact that India is more of a whiskey drinking. Beer is there, but I think it's more of a whiskey.
And cocktail, so go.
Cocktail, yeah. So I think as India is now becoming well traveled, people travel the whole world. They understand cocktails. We have a sweet palate, right? Unlike you. Like you like aperitifs like Campari, Aperol Spritz, you're from Italy, right? But in India, we like sugar drinks. So that's why the syrup market is huge in India because of the sweet palate.
Okay.
And I think cocktail is again very 1 or 2% of the consumer market till now. It's still a very under penetrated, but in last 6 months or 1 year you see a lot of speakeasy bar coming in. So when you spend more time in India, you'll see 100 of speakeasy bars coming in 1 year, which is crazy number, opening a speakeasy bar every 1 week. So I think now the culture is changing. People are understanding cocktail, but there's a long way to go. Yeah.
You told that in a few years you will have international competition here.
We are doing Golden Cup tomorrow.
Yes.
But not with 15 countries, 50 plus countries. And we are doing Asia Pacific next year, so which is after 20 years in Singapore. We are doing, India is hosting the Asia Pacific in next year. Bruno has confirmed. And it's never happened outside Singapore.
So just is
so that's a sign of arrival.
It's a goal.
Yeah. So yeah, we look forward to that.
Curiosity is about you. Which is your favorite cocktail?
I think I'm not too into cocktails now because I feel there's a saying that a cook doesn't like to eat his food or something like that. Someone who sees it every day doesn't like it. But yeah, so I like now, after traveling to Italy and other countries, to have more of a bitter drinks like Negronis,
Ah, okay.
Aperol spritz, Campari spritz, but Picante is my favorite for sure. Tequila, margaritas and Picantes. But yes, I'm more of now getting into reducing the sugar level in my cocktails to more aperitifs.
Have a look at to the future about spirits. You told me that India is famous for whiskey, you will have a lot of consumer fruit. And about other spirits, which are growing up with
India?
Yes.
So I think India now has a lot of homegrown early. So there are different like phases of the Indian market. We have 3 years back a lot of homegrown gins coming in. Now it's rum. Now last 6 months I've heard about 8 to 10 liqueurs companies, because India import taxes are huge, as you know. Like, we are at one of the highest tax country in the world for the import of liquor. That's why getting new brands is really tough in India, and that's why they struggle, all the importers. So now a lot of new homegrown liqueur brands are coming in. I've heard of Lemonchino, a copy of Lemonchino, a copy of Kalua. No, I mean the Indian version of it.
Okay.
Because it's cheaper to make here than import it. The kind of taxes you pay, it doesn't really make sense.
But we have a new about the taxes. I mean, Europe make an accord with India.
It's going to take time. I think it's not overnight. When you hear the news, you think it's tomorrow. No, it's going to take 6 months, 1 year.
Okay,
I mean, it's going to take time. And I think still India, in spite of reducing the taxes, has a lot of paperwork. Like, every state works like a country. So if you bring in XYZ brand, you need to register in every state. I don't know how many states we have, 25, 30 states. So you need to register each brand in different states. And then you have to pay a huge upfront amount to register that brand. So for a normal person or a normal distributor to bring a brand is a huge capex. Okay. It's not just saving on the taxes. It's the upfront cost of investment to make that brand available in India is also a big entry barriers. So it's not just about reducing taxes.
I understand.
Yeah. So there are.
Apart of India, which countries in the world you think that are more interesting? Speaking about mixology, of course.
For me, any other country in the world which is more interesting than India?
No more interesting, but interesting. Okay. Apart of India. We are in India,
so Dubai is doing really well. Dubai is mostly Indians. You see a lot of Indian mixology.
Dubai has some problem now with the
but I love Dubai in terms of their cocktail culture, global brands being present there. So it's one-stop solution for a huge range of different experiences. Compared, like if you go to Italy, you feel a certain aperitif market. You go to Singapore, it's more of a...
Singapore. Yeah, and what about Hong Kong? I was in Hong Kong, yes.
Hong Kong is good. I think the language is a barrier there.
Okay, apart the language.
I mean, I feel I've been to a few places, but somehow I feel that there's a huge language barrier and difficult to travel, expensive to try a lot of cocktails. There is a lot of challenges there, right? I feel, I feel cocktail culture globally is very different. It's very city-centric concept. So you can't say this is the best or this is the worst or this is the second best. Everybody has their own culture in which they are operating in.
Another question is, Festi Best Bar. If it's the Festi Best Bar.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's very overrated. It's very, my personal, don't mind, because I feel somehow the operators of 50 Best Bars and all are screwed, or I kind of prefer towards larger brands, larger liquor sponsored brands. I feel it is not in a discovery mode right now. It is more on the top bars getting re-rated, going up and down in the same rank. I feel there's a lot of creative bars, speakeasy bar, hidden bar, talented bars, which are doing better than the 50 best bars in India, and I feel they're not getting discovered through this platform. You understand my point?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, so I feel it is again creating something which I'm trying to break by doing this, is how the competition is working in India is all liquor sponsored. It's all preferring towards hotels which sell their liquor the most, or key account as you see it. A lot of XYZ competition are only inviting bartenders of their key accounts. not the normal bartender. So a bartender here cannot go to XYZ World Class, or because he's nobody, he's not selling Bacardi. Example, right? But if you see here, what you go upstairs and see the competition, we don't talk about where they work, which city they work, how much experience they have. We just identify by their name, not by their where they're from. So it's only talent and name. So I think that similar concept is required in India, where you judge a bar not by where it is, who's the owner. It is purely on the experience and the people working behind it. What do you think?
I think that is an opinion. And
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have a benchmark, but there's a room for more concepts. So one, we are creating the India Bar Awards. It's a certain step towards that anybody can apply. It's a free nomination. Anybody across can just put in the application and let us judge you. And people like you come and judge randomly without any bias, without any preconceived notion about a certain bar, and you judge them the way you want it. Yeah, I think there's a room for that. That's what I meant.
maybe you can't answer, but the question is, who are your favorite bartenders and barlady in the world and why?
In the world or India?
In the world.
I think Andy from IBA is a fantastic guy. I fell in love with him when I met him in Singapore, and I've been after him, and thankfully our stars met and he's here. He missed his flight, still he managed to come here. So I feel Andy from IBA is a fantastic person. He loves, you can see in his eyes how he wants to see people growing and want to improve their lives, not cult, but improve their life.
Okay.
What do you think? Yeah, I think he's one of the best guys. I think the IBA family itself is great, and I think everybody is the great in their own sense, and there's a lot of warmth.
And one barlady?
Bar lady means bartender. It's a tough question. I think there were few, but I think I don't have such preference. I mean, I feel that there's a lot of scope for women bartending in India, and if any female is entering the industry, I am more than happy. So I don't want to say she's the best or she's not. I think there's hardly any representation of girls in our industry, and globally I've seen Indian female bartenders are doing much better than the male because of the hospitality, the presentation and the communications. And I feel that India is lacking a lot in that, and they can do a lot better in their lives, the female bartenders. Yeah?
Okay, what can I say more? Thank you very much.
Yeah? Sure?
Thank you. We can make a photo?
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
You stay here.
Okay.
And thank you very much. Aspetta che salvo questa. Archit.